Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Mohammed Aiyyub Musthofa bin Muhammad Fauzi from CAD24138. This video presentation is for my final assignment for subject GDG533, which is graphic design theory. For this video, I will do visual appreciation criticism on graphic design poster that are related to public awareness campaign issues. For this art criticism poster, I will use psychoanalytic criticism to discuss and elaborate more about the campaign and also try to convey what did the artist want to portray in his or her design. Without further ado, let's jump to the video. Okay, for this art critic, the campaign that I took is related to wearing a mask due to COVID-19. This campaign has a series of posters, but I only took two campaign posters as it relevant due to what happened to our surroundings. These are the two posters I have selected for my public awareness campaign. Before I get into these two posters one at a time, I will start giving a brief description of each poster. The campaign poster, as I mentioned before, is wearing a mask as a result of COVID-19. And the main headline for these two posters is "Back to the Normal is Up to You." Okay, if you can see, they have the word of Mucinex. So, who is Mucinex? Mucinex is a company that sells cough medicine. And because coughing is one of the COVID-19 symptoms, they're doing their part to raise awareness if we want to return back to the normal life. Hence of this, they launched this advertising campaign for us. The first campaign poster worked the same way as the second campaign poster, as it used the same headline as the main headline to convey the same meaning and make it clear to the viewer. The illustration and the sub-headlines on this poster are the only things that are different, although the sub-description headlines differ on the two posters. The message and the main idea remain the same. Okay, now let's jump to the first poster of this campaign. The first thing you can see is the illustration, where the illustration used a feminine figure. Okay, for this figure, the designer used a black color, and aside from that, we can see a cup becoming a mask for the figure. The second thing that you can see on this poster are the headlines where it said, "Back to the normal is up to you." And the sub-headline for this first poster are "Miss Coffee with Friends." The designer used white and black color for the font to differentiate which one is headline and which one is sub-headline. Other than that, a slogan we can see below the figure of the feminine figure. We can see the body copy that stated the message from the company, the message from Mucinex. And the last analysis I can conclude for our first poster is the color of the background, which is pink, and the designer make this layout design very minimalist. For the next poster campaign, we can see the same thing as the first poster before. The headline are still the same as the first one, but the sub-headlines are different from the previous poster. And the different size of the font between the headline and sub-headline is still same on this layout poster too. And sub-headline being used for this poster are "Miss Cruise Vacation" with the white color. The illustration on this poster is still feminine figure with black color and with white straw hat. And we can see the cruise as in white color also. It still has the same layout before and have a minimalist design. Aside from that, their slogan is still below the feminine figure, and they have a body text that stated message from Muslim as the previous poster. Okay, let's jump to the interpretation of these two posters. On the first and second poster, they use a feminine figure to convey the message because women like to hang out in cafe to catch up everything with their friends while drinking a coffee. And the second poster, they use a still feminine figure because mostly women like to go to vacation. That's why we can see the feminine figure with the straw hat. Other than that, we can see the selection of the font. Both of the poster use the same typeface where they use Futura Extra Bold, Extra Black BT. The color on the background for the first poster is pink to convey of the feminine color of the figure, and it been used in this poster. And for the second poster, it used blue color to show us the designer want to convey the blue color related to ocean. Now let's jump to another metaphor that designer used, which is the cup of the coffee and the ship cruise. Most of illustration can be interpreted clearly as the face mask for the figure, where they try to match up with the headlines to keep us to stay safe and back to the normal life by wearing a face mask. The metaphor for the cup to be a mask is related to the sub-headline where the first poster, a feminine figure drink a coffee while holding the cup with her hand in the mouth area, and the designer used it to be a metaphor for a mask. For the second poster, the cruise ship and the windows of the ship becoming a metaphor for the face mask. We can see a face mask and the windows becoming the eyebrow and the eyes. The message that designer tries to convey is very straightforward, which is to make sure everybody stay safe and break the chain of COVID-19 by wearing the mask. It's suitable with the headlines where the designer say back to the normal is up to you. It is for us to decide to break the chain or to be the person who is responsible to spread COVID-19 to others. That is the interpretation for the both poster. Now let's go to the judgment for both poster. In my opinion, the campaign poster are very straightforward, where people at any age can understand it easily as long they can understand English, as the poster being released on English language. Being a designer, we communicate through our design, and to be a successful designer, we need to design something that when our target audience see it, they understand immediately, and that is a good designer. For the design, it is minimalist, and for me, the design is okay and is suitable with the message that the designer tried to convey to us as we are their target audience. But I kind of disagree with the arrangement on the headlines and the subheadlines, because to have a consistent design, we should put headlines on the top of the subheadline, as people want to read what is the most biggest headline first, and then subheadline should be read on the second time after reading the headlines, because we want to understand it first. Okay, to conclude everything, the layout of the design and the creative thinking of the metaphor that being illustrated is great, as being expected from a big company that hired professional designers to bring out the best message through the design for their target audience. Although the design is simple and minimalist, but to bring out the idea like this are very hard, and as a designer, we know the struggle to express our idea on paper or in a designing software itself. So overall, to conclude everything, the design for me is okay and it's reached the message for us. Okay, that is only from me, and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.